Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Doing a quick update in this video for NBA. Already posted a video this morning, but we got a lot of news throughout the day. A lot of stars sitting, opening up a ton of value. So I'm going to go ahead and just run through the picks once again. So let's get into it. As always, hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. And looking at the point guard picks today, same type of deal. I'm looking at the value that we have once again. I think you're going to need a payoff for somebody. I liked paying up for LeBron before he was ruled out. But now that we don't have LeBron to pay up for, you have Durant. But Kyrie is back, so I guess Durant's still a good play because there's nobody else. It's basically just Durant and Tatum as your two main payups, and Tatum is going up against the Jazz. And then even at small forward, it's just Tatum and Durant. And then you have Cade is super expensive at 87. Butler has been pretty poor, and this game should be not like projecting a blowout, but chance it could blow out without Golden State resting their three key players, minus they still have Wiggins and Poole there, but they don't have much of Snow's Curry, no Klay Thompson, so lots less firepower on the Warriors. So I think you can maybe look to get to a point guard expensive guy here. That might be something I'm looking at, but still gonna go ahead and plug in the obvious value. Tyus Jones is the first guy, plugging in at 46. It's really affordable. Gives you 30, 35 point upside. Good matchup against Brooklyn. Going to be looking to get to at least one of this Dallas guys. Now you don't even need to get to both because we have so much value. But I prefer Dinwiddie, just a little bit cheaper than Brunson on DraftKings. And you can play him at shooting guard. He's been steady even with Doncic in, like I mentioned in the morning video. Now without Doncic, more rebounds, more assists, more everything for Dinwiddie, who's been playing better. And his shot's not even been falling that much, but he's still getting to the free throw line and been contributing with the peripheral stats. I think paying up for Russell Westbrook is going to be a question today. I don't know if people will do that. I mean, people are definitely going to do it, but I don't know if it's going to be something I'll do just because it's been so bad this year. I'm not going to let a couple of good games. It might just inflate his ownership. So I don't mind not paying up for Westbrook and instead going up to a guy who's also been having a couple of down games, but we know what Murray gives you on a daily basis. He's been one of the most consistent superstars this year, going off of his whole year sample, especially since they traded Derek White at the deadline. A couple of bad games under 40, blowouts, bad shooting. Well, blowout in one, just poor shooting of the other. What are you going to do? But that was against the Warriors in Golden State. They had some good defenders on. Murray going up against a Portland team should have success easily, and they're on the road, so maybe this game will stay closer. Portland has been surprising in some of these games recently, beating the Pistons, their most recent game. And then the last guy is going to be Davion Mitchell, just because they still don't have their best two players. They were without their best player in Fox. Now they're without their second best player in Sabonis. Great matchup against Indy. Indy's also not having Brogdon today, so a good chance the game stays a lot closer. And, I guess you can go to Halliburton on the other side, who's dealing with a back injury. He's 92, going up against his former team. Going to have fresh revenge in his mind. So he's also a good option if you wanted to play him instead of Murray. But I'm looking at these 4 point guards in terms of the other guys. Looking at some of these New York Knicks because no Randall, and we got word that there's no Robinson as well. So Toppin is going to get a lot of minutes. Hopefully he gets a lot of minutes. You never know with Tibbs. You can just give 30 minutes to Taj Gibson. But I'm expecting Toppin to get north of 25, if not over 30 minutes. He can play some center against this Charlotte team, if he needs to, without Robinson, no Noel, no Julius Randle. And then the main piece is going to be RJ Barrett. It's a back-to-back for them. Played a lot of minutes yesterday, but, Tibbs doesn't care, and he's still going to put Barrett out there for 40 minutes, probably more than that, probably 42, 43. And Barrett did have a good game yesterday fantasy-wise. Could have had a lot bigger game as well. Just made 36% of his field goals, only 1 of 7 from distance, and missed 6 free throws, which, Barrett's not a great free throw shooter, but that should, if he can make at least like 70% of season average, that would be nice. But going with these 6 leaves you with $6,100 left to fill out your last 2 spots. Before we go over to FanDuel, I'm going to share my Prize Picks plays that I just posted on Twitter. So this is the 5-pick flex that I like on Prize Picks today. I got Barrett's. I posted Barrett this right when we got the news that Robinson is out. So it might have gone up a little bit, but I still like Barrett. Coming off a 13 rebound game. Now they're not having Robinson. No Randall again, so Barrett should get a lot of rebounds. Wiggins also should be able to crash the glass. Last game, Porter had like 14 rebounds or 15 rebounds, something ridiculous. No Porter, no Draymond. Wiggins is averaging good rebounds on the season. Just looking at his recent games, 8, 8, 7, 4, 11. So he's been hitting his at least 5 rebounds most of these games, and that's with them having their bigs in there. Draymond only recently as he played, but Porter gets some good rebounds off the bench and gets some decent minutes. And Wiggins will probably just have to play a lot of minutes today just because they don't have. If the game is close, at least they don't have their full bench, even though they do have like 10 guys that they can play. But I do like Wiggins over 4.5. Tyus Jones, just with the points that he gives you, the double-double upside with the assists, she'll be able to hit 28 fantasy points, I'm thinking. Same thing with Davion Mitchell. Is no real, nobody just going to command a lot of usage on the Kings today without Fox and Sabonis. So lots is going to be spread out to a lot of these guys, and Mitchell's just going to get a lot of minutes. So he's a high-usage player when he's out there in terms of just handling the ball, getting assists, scoring, taking a lot of shots. Hopefully a shot falls. That's going to be imperative. But matchup is so good that he can even run into some like peripherals, some rebounds, some defensive stats. And then Dinwiddie, 32.5. He's going to be able to do everything. Points, rebounds, assists. That's another one that I like. So hopefully they all 5 hit and you can make 10x if you play that entry. All right, and then on FanDuel, still got to make some updates here. So at point guard, once again, you got the Davion Mitchell, Tyus Jones. They are still incredible values. You probably want to play both. That's probably what I'm going to do. You can't go really wrong with either one. They're both incredibly affordable. As shooting guard, I like Dinwiddie, but I got to go with Brunson, saving some extra money. He's only $5,300. He looks really good. Or, actually, I might even have to go with Alec Burks, who's only $4,900, and the matchup is solid. The Knicks look pretty good today, just given the matchup and not having a couple of their bigs that they usually play a lot of minutes with with Randall and Mitchell Robinson. So you got some value here. You could even go with Buddy Hield. Cole Anthony looked fine. Buddy Hield looks good without Brogdon, and then you're going to have Halliburton if you wanted to do a pay-up, but Burks is probably going to be at least one piece you want to play. Small forward, it's going to be RJ Barrett as not a priority, but still a very tough one to pass up, 73, given how many minutes he's going to play, how good of a matchup it is against Charlotte. At power forward, we're probably going to be looking to get to like Durant if you wanted to do a pay-up. Go ahead and put in Kevin Durant just because there's so much value at these other spots. And then you have Toppin, also looks like a good play at 35, another guy that you can plug in. And then at center, you can also do a pay-up for Embiid. Going with these guys, still these are 53.75, and you still have like a 43 Tyus Jones, a min price, Obi Toppin you can look to. So looking to get at least 2 superstars, Kevin Durant and Embiid on FanDuel. Got some other guys that you can look to, like I mentioned in the morning video, but you're going to be looking at the Knicks. You're going to be looking at the Kings, the Grizzlies a little bit, some of the Lakers potentially. A lot of good teams, and the Sixers want to pay for Embiid. Lots of good teams in play today. Well, maybe not a lot of good teams, but a lot of teams in play today just with the news that we have. And that's about it. Slate starts in about 2 hours. Good luck tonight. See you all next time.